Hi, this is Lisa Falcon G with Universal Hidden Insight and the Self Beyond, and I just kind of wanted to talk today about everything that's been going on. I think right now people are really scared and people are hurt, and it shows more and more in the ways that we've just kind of divided against one another and against what's really, really right and what's the most important thing. Because I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is how we've cared for each other, how we've cared for what's happening in the world and what's happening to other people in it. We're so deeply hurt, and it's so hard for us to not be just kind of wrangled in by fear and then directed by the propaganda that we're so inundated with in the media. I think it's so important right now that we're so conscious and pay attention to what's really happening, what's the subtext. Historically, when we see big events happen in the news and it's just blasted all over, there's usually something that we're kind of being distracted from. In some cases, it's kind of a multilateral, multi-connected situation, and I think that's what we're facing right now. Unfortunately, the systems that are in power have become experts at directing us in the way that they want us to. And I think we feel as though, we're making these decisions about what we believe about a subject of our own free will, but really it's a manufactured perception. It's so important to do real research. It's so important to talk to people besides the people who just believe what you believe. And I think more than that, it's important to come back to the heart and actually think about what we're really saying when we say something like, this person's going to take money away from me. I think it's incredible that so many people are worried about somebody who truly needs help and is escaping persecution, is escaping horrific circumstances that we can't even imagine, coming here and potentially getting a few dollars of yours, but it doesn't seem to make people upset. It doesn't seem to really get people, involved to think about the millions, the billions that are spent, on military initiatives and, disastrous choices made by the administration. And it doesn't matter who's in power. It's not about Democrat. It's not about Republican. I think we can, if we were really being honest with ourselves and if we stop making it personal, I think especially in the United States, we've really become a nation of narcissists. And we believe that everything is about us, and it's not about us. It's about the greater good, and we can't lose sight of that. We can't. It's so important that we kind of really look around and kind of understand the bigger picture. From all my research, the biggest problem that I can find is all connected to the political, the environmental issues, the social issues. All of these things that we're seeing are connected to the political and the ways in which our political system is broken. I'm no political sociology major, but it doesn't take a genius to understand that where there is conflicts of interest, where big corporate interests can buy, whatever they want through our government, we're never going to see justice. We're never going to see true freedom. We're never going to see the interests of the people, the best interests of the greatest common good represented. We're going to see things deregulated that were there for our protection in order to further the profit of these big businesses. And that's all this is about. So in every other level of business, in any other level of business, conflicts of interest are illegal. So it's always kind of blown my mind that that's something that is allowed here in the United States and the highest levels of our government. We have congressmen who can literally go in and retire in Congress, millionaires. It was never supposed to be about that. It was supposed to be a true representation of the people and the people's voices. They were supposed to be champions of the people that came and represented what the people wanted. And that's not what we're seeing. And we're not seeing that because they're not having to live under the same laws that they're enacting on everyone else. I think we'd see a huge change if they had to, live within the same medical care that they're, enacting on everyone else, or if they had to live retired on the same Social Security benefits that they're eroding from everyone else. I don't say any of this to evoke any kind of fear. I want to genuinely educate and empower people, and I think our power is in understanding what's really happening at the roots, and to understand the mechanisms of how we're being divided from each other, and to kind of come back into what really matters, and not think about this as, it's a matter of belief. It's not a matter of opinion. What's right is right. What's right is right. And when children's lives are at stake, when any group of people are being ostracized and demonized as if they are the entire problem of our country, that follows a very, very similar parallel to a pattern that we've seen in history. And we don't want to repeat those mistakes. And we have a choice right now. We can make a choice to speak up, to do something from our heart, to do something of love and compassion, and to have a higher evolution of what we've been before. So that moment is right now, and I compel and urge you to just, have open discussions, to see beyond the propaganda, on both sides see beyond the propaganda, to really do your research and understand what's happening. But more than that, to look deep inside yourself, and regardless of what, your ideology, your personal opinions might decide, think about what's really right, and usually what's right is what you would want done for you. If this was your family, if this was your child, it's never been more important than now to ask those questions. So thank you so much for spending a few moments with me, just kind of looking at this issue. And you can check out more on my website, universalhiddeninsight.weebly.com. And I'm going to continue putting out videos promoting and urging people into truth and deeper exploration into healing.